So hello there. If you're coming across my video for the first time, I'm Chico, and today I'm going to be talking about consistency. What does it all mean? And the reason why I'm talking about this particular topic is that it's something that is a message that has been coming to me, and I can also imagine that for some of you it might also be a word that comes across your mind every single day. If you're not saying it, then probably you're hearing it from some other people who are saying it. So in terms of consistency, it's thinking about how do you feel when you hear the word consistency or being consistent. So for some people they can experience it as a positive thing, and then from some other people they can experience the word when they hear it as a negative thing. So where does it sit with you, and where do those feelings come from? What do you associate it with? So for me, consistency used to be a positive word because it meant that I was in line and I was in an equal par in terms of what I was doing in my life. And what I'm learning now is that maybe the past, not immediately today, but in the few months ago, I was experiencing consistency as a negative word. So the reason why I experienced it as a negative word was that it's because my world had changed. Okay, so what I mean by that, let me just stop first of all before I continue, is that no makeup today. So I'm having what's called a fibro day today, which means that I go through waves of chronic pain experience and also brain fog experience. So if you hear me pausing a little bit, that might be the reason why. So I'm coming as me, my authentic self, without the layers of makeup. Woohoo! So don't run away, or if you choose to, cover your screen. No, I'm not that all bothered by it, but it's just a day where I'm just feeling very relaxed, and yeah, just so let me engage with you in this particular moment. So just in terms of consistency and why it's changed for me is that when I became, that's my oven going, so when I became diagnosed with a chronic pain condition last year, my world was flipped upside down. It didn't just start off from then, but the word consistency for me started to change. And how that changed was that I could no longer be consistent in my work practice. I still was able to deliver, but I was delivering at a cost. Okay, so some of you might experience consistency when you're in the workplace, and if people are not consistent with what you're doing as a team, then there might be some friction. So consistency comes with a behavior of people. So it can be impulsive, erratic, and changing periods where not everybody is agreeing, because as a collective we all go through different experiences. So consistency, what makes it hard? And for me, I've been thinking, why not just let go and think about consistency in a different way, rather than the social construct of it, where we have expectations to be consistent and to deliver according to the social norm or the current trends that we hear on social media or through other dialogues, either through reading books, where at times it is so easy to be caught up in other people's dialogue rather than to stop and find out your own reason why. Why do you need to be consistent in your own life? And does it need to be consistency according to somebody else's definition of what consistency means? So in my world, I'll explain just a little bit. Let's say, for instance, in the self-development world, there is the notion that being consistent means that you're able to, not for everybody, but you're able to wake up either early in the morning, yes, 5-6 o'clock, and you get caught up like in a routine of either exercise, affirmations, and starting off the day with a positive outlook. So if you are not part of that and you're not able to keep up, for some people, I know, even for myself in the past, I would think, why am I not able to keep up with being consistent routinely? But does that have to be your definition of consistency? Just because a collective are able to do specific things, it may not be the same for you. Why I'm saying that, for me, I came to the realization that consistency for me didn't mean that I needed to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, because realistically I couldn't do it. So my day sometimes varies. Like now I feel wide alert, and it's I don't even know, I think it's like 4 or 5 in the evening. So I'm starting to wake up now, and this is the time that my consistent practice will start. And sometimes I might also be very creative, but creative at a time when other people are sleeping. So I've developed a different view and outlook on how I can be consistent. So how can you become consistent? By letting go of the I would say the social norm or what's expected, and still feel okay inside and not feel like you're not meeting a specific standard. So consistency also means doing something. I'll look at the definition that I wrote so that hopefully it will make sense. So consistency means stability, being regular, and an equilibrium. Okay, so stability, regular, it's not really defined as to how often you need to be doing that. Some people may perceive consistency as being something that's every single day, and that's the method that they apply. But for you, when you're doing that activity, whatever it may be either a physical activity, it may be work related with expectations, it may be in your personal life, you can create your own measure of what consistency is. Obviously, in a workplace, it might be different. You might have other expectations because it's deliverables that you have to deliver according to what's expected from the organization. But what I'm talking about here is more in your personal life, is that if you are running around and burning yourself out, or if you've got a chronic pain condition like I do, not like I've caused it, like I have, is that you may find that in reality you cannot, or you are not able to meet a specific standard, and that is okay. But how can you redefine that to still be able to meet your own core values as a human being, to be able to achieve the goals that you want to achieve without feeling as though you're performing for other people? So there's usually the dialogue, and I hear it as well. I hear even people who are like leading in the I would say self-development world, is that you have to be consistent in your practice. You have to be, once you know what your purpose in life is, you have to be consistent in delivering your message. Okay, so it can be read in so many ways. Okay, for some people, consistency may mean every single day they're delivering a message, and if you can do it, fantastic. But if you can't do it, it's think about breaking down what is the reason, why are you doing it? And for the people who need to hear your message, or for you, whatever you're delivering, how often do you need to do it to feel that you're being consistent? Because I think at the end of the day, consistency will still be delivered according to your level of ability and when you're capable of doing it, just as long as there's stability and you're being regular in what you do, and it's not fitted in a specific box by expectations of society, and you are trying to meet against those standards. You will still deliver, but it will be a different way of delivering your message or your way of being in the world. So I hope this has brought some meaning for you, because I know for especially for me, it's been something that I think about often. But what I've come to at ease with is that I continue to be consistent in my being and in how I deliver what I need to, what I'm creating. Okay, so it might not be every day, because I know that with my way of being, I can't do that. Okay, so the people who have a chronic pain condition or invisible condition, you know what that feels like. So that's it for today. I hope it has been valuable, and if you've got any questions, do feel free to leave a message below, and I would be happy to answer any questions you may have about any struggles you may have been experiencing on a day-to-day in terms of trying to meet certain expectations, and how you can redefine that to start living the life from an authentic level to a way that you feel comfortable with, and not with or expected societal norms. Go against it. Go against it in order to contribute in a different way. So that's